turn this down. What just
Oh,
happened?
jeez.
What just happened?
Oh, dear.
Oh,
That was my mic.
glitch in the system.
Must be YouTube conspiracy.
It is a YouTube conspiracy. All right, let's turn this window off. Oh, hello. What is going on, everybody? Here in the YouTube universe, I'm 5Points Vids. I'm joined, as always, by probably the best YouTube name in the world, UrinatingTree.
I'd still say the best name would probably be like, I don't know.
I
don't know what the best YouTube name is, to be fully honest with you. I couldn't tell you.
I mean, I hate everything. He's pretty much telling you, like, what he's into right off the bat, you know? Like,
It's just random shit. That's really about it.
yeah. How did you come up with UrinatingTree anyway?
So I said, I just came up with it randomly, like when I was playing Xbox Live one day. That was really about it.
Huh. You're just like, I want to name myself after a tree that gets pissed on.
No, the tree does the urinating.
Oh,
Remember
I never
that.
thought about it that way. I always thought about it was like a pot.
Not urinating on tree.
Yes. But it
Tree
now
does the urinating.
now it makes sense because now the tree is peeing because trees
Yes.
have genitals.
No, I just pee. Anywhere. It's really about it.
Uh-huh. That's why I don't understand almond milk. I've never seen an almond with tits.
Well, almonds do take a lot of water to grow.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right, so we're going to break down some shit tonight. We're going to talk about the NHL draft and then the NBA draft, and the NBA will be a nice little segue into talking about Kawhi Leonard, who I think it's going to happen. He's going to be traded by probably as soon as they can sign the paperwork. I mean, they've actively said that they're shopping his ass. So
They can get a nice haul for him if they want.
they should be able to get a lot. I definitely want to talk about it. And then after this stream, I'm going to be streaming over with Phantom tonight with Ari Temkin. And we're going to do a different show over there.
Getting a little jealous over here. You're
Yeah.
leaving me. You're leaving me for greener pastures.
Greener Pastures.
I know it.
They get like 2 views. So,
Well, they get people. I mean, still, it's like it's big, and
dude, we're still bigger than that.
I know you're gonna leave me. I understand. I mean, I'm not angry.
Dude, you stream with some
I'll
other
praise you
NHLers.
with some fake jamming in the background.
Uh-huh. You've been cheating on
Just
me with
ignore me
other
crying.
NHL YouTubers. I know about that.
Not really. Just saying.
Dude, you'll have a show over there too. What are you talking about? Anyway, let's cut this music off. All right, so the NHL draft happened, and I admittedly, I think the NHL draft is about on the same par as just a little above the MLB draft in terms of how much actual impact the draft will have, because there's really sort of a delay, 2 to 3 years behind. What do you think about that?
Well, the only players that are really going to have an impact talent like this year are probably going to be Dahlin, maybe Svechnikov. Who else? Maybe Zadina.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you're not going to have too many people like straight off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, it is amazing though that these players can even go from being an 18-year-old junior or like McDavid and play NHL minutes. I mean, you look at
Most of the time, they'll do like a 9-game trial.
right.
If they're
right.
any good, they'll keep them. If not, they'll be like, okay, we'll send you back.
Well, size is a big problem with these guys. I mean, they come out, they're 18, 19 years old, and they just get manhandled literally. Like Johnny Gaudreau, his first couple of years, he was getting touched up so much that seemed like, pedophilia was going on.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So we're going to just break down the first round. And, I admittedly don't know much about these prospects. But I do kind of want to question, I'm not going to sit here and break down whether Noah Dobson can, what his ability off the point is. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on it. But I do want to ask, what the hell Mark Bergevin is doing.
That's a question I've been trying to ask for roughly a year now, and I still can't figure out the answer.
So they did. Okay, they went and they traded for. There's some juicy off-season moves, but they went and drafted this Kotkaniemi guy after they traded away Radulov, I believe, or Galchenyuk. I'm sorry, Galchenyuk. And then they basically have a bunch of left wings, and their solution to this looks like Bergevin just wants to draft a center. So
they're not. Kotkaniemi needs a few more years before he's ready.
Right.
I think he can be. I mean, I hear good things about him, but he needs time.
Well, it seems like the tank is in full swing for Montreal, and it seems like the owners seem to be very okay with that because Bergevin hasn't packed up his shit yet.
Well, I don't think they're really tanking right now, though. They have this weird effect that they want to compete. Like, they want to get a top center. Like, they wanted Tavares, and Tavares told them, no, I don't want anything to do with Montreal. So there goes their big game plan.
I don't think Tavares goes anywhere, to be honest.
They kind of wanted O'Reilly. I think that's going to be their next target.
Ryan
They'll probably
O'Reilly.
end up with, like, Joe Thornton. They'll throw him a shitload of money to be old and injured for 1 year.
Why do you want Joe Thornton? Like it's not Joe Thornton's time anymore. He's very old. Jumbo.
His knee's shot.
Yeah. He don't.
Which is nothing against Joe Thornton. Dude's a surefire Hall of Famer. He's just.
Yeah, he's old. He's old, and he's a guy that is great. That's just not. I don't think he didn't win one in Boston, did he? He didn't win a title, did he?
No, he never did.
No, so he's gonna.
He made the finals once, and that's it.
End his goddamn career without any rings, and it happens. It's gonna happen to Hank Lundqvist, and probably.
Well, I mean,
Carey
it
Price.
just happened to the Sedins.
Yeah, they came really close, though. So I want to talk about Dahlin as the top pick for the Sabres. I like the name of his hockey club, Frölunda.
Vashta Frölunda.
Frölunda. It sounds like Fromunda. You know what Fromunda cheese is?
Oh, of course. I think you know very well about that, sir.
Cheese from under your balls. Hey, Don't Feed Phil is in here. All right. French Canadiens. Anyway, so Dahlin, I'd like, he's a defenseman. He looks like Phil Simms, by the way. Like a really, tall Phil Simms. And people are talking about how this guy is going to be a real difference maker. I mean, what's he do that's so damn special?
He's really good. Like, he does a lot of, I've seen, end-to-end, goals from Dahlin. So he's got some talent. You throw him on, a deep pairing with Ristolainen.
Oh, yeah.
And you could go, have wet dreams about it.
Buffalo could be good. I mean, that's a nice top pairing for the D-men. And if Eichel can...
If they develop well, that's a top line for about 10 years.
Who did they just add, too? Buffalo just added somebody.
I know they just got Connor Sherry.
That's it. That's right.
Got Hunwick. Well, Hunwick, he didn't work out in Pittsburgh.
He was a Ranger too. He was a who else?
Yeah, it was he was a Maple Leaf for a little bit.
Yeah,
I want to say he was Bruin and an Av.
Hunwick got passed around like an old dirty slut. That's
a lot of hot potato.
Yeah. But it's because he wasn't very good. He was just a ho-hum defenseman. I mean, obviously being an NHLer is tough, but Hunwick just never stood out to me. But he played in the NHL. So Dahlin is going to be good. He's you're saying he's like an Erik Karlsson type?
That's what I'm hearing.
Ooh, we got to talk a little bit about Karlsson. Where do you think he goes?
I think... At this rate, I don't know if you're able to really keep him. Do you risk getting rid of him in a year? A part of me thinks they might just keep him so the draft pick they might give to Colorado might not be that bad. That's the only thing I can think of. But at this rate, I don't know if you have a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, you still are a bit sour from Hoffman. You had a really bad year, a lot of visible frustration.
Yeah, that whole situation with Matt Hoffman, his girlfriend, saying that Erik Karlsson's wife was taking painkillers and that's why they lost their baby. That's fucking outrageous.
As I said, that's one thing you don't talk about, Matt.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Alex Morris, I like that. Discuss Arkansas sucking in the College World Series. Remind me later after this segment.
I was watching that like at work yesterday. It's like, that is some hardcore joking.
Yeah, man. That's some Germany type shit right there.
It wasn't even Germany.
Germany. We need reinforcements. All right. So the Hurricanes, like this to me, like the Hurricanes drafting people just seems like a futile exercise. Like, why do they even draft? They should just be like, man, we're not a real hockey team. Let's just pass on this. But they get Sevchenov. Svechnikov. These Russians and their names, beaten off.
His brother's in the Detroit system, I think.
Yeah. I can't even remember how you said it. Svechnikov. Dumkov is what you should call me. So he's a right winger. Is he like a legit scorer? I
think so. As I said, I don't know that much about the prospects. I know a lot of rudimentary information.
All right. Well, then let's talk about what our teams did, because I like what. Because I can't sit here and tell you Oliver Wahlstrom is a good pick, or Evan Bouchard. You know,
I hear the Islanders did really well. Like, Wahlstrom, I hear, is pretty good. I mean, I'm looking at just rudimentary stats, too, and, like, what people say. Like, I haven't seen tape of these guys. Like, I'm not a hardcore draft analyst.
Right. Well,
I'd be just pulling shit out of my ass.
You're not going to do a hater's guide to the NHL draft? That's what I'm saying.
Because draft's a little different because most of these people don't know who they are.
Right. Just like I said with the MLB draft, you know, you're not going to see the impact, and there's not much information. You don't see these guys on a national level before they make
the NFL draft's different because, you know, you see these people, you know all the information. There's a lot of hype going into that sort of thing.
Right. So I do like what the Rangers did, and then I'll let you talk about. So they got a pick from Pittsburgh, and they got this guy, Andre Miller. And apparently he's pretty good. So he's a tall African-American defenseman, and they needed to draft a defenseman. So they got their man.
Yeah, most of, like, the Pens, like, they didn't really have any picks. They had 4 picks. So I think they took, like, a couple guys in the second round, a 5th rounder, and a 3rd rounder. Most of those guys are, like, you know, you hope for, like, best possible value in that regard. You're the defenseman you drafted in the 2nd round. That was pretty good. I forget his name. He was like one of the top guys.
Yeah.
The only one I'm remembering is Justin Almeida, and he was a teammate of Jordy Bellerive. He's a Pens prospect there.
A lot of people were talking about this Joe Veleno guy.
Joe Veleno. Well, if you played like the NHL games, like he was like one of like the top like prospects.
So that's
probably why everyone's talking about Joe Veleno. It's like, oh, he went number 1. Why aren't you picking him? Like, it's that sort of thing. It's like the Angelo Esposito.
Right. I hear what you're saying.
Because didn't do too bad. Like, Zadina fell to them because, well, Ottawa decided to go for Grit, and I have no idea who the hell Arizona picked, so I couldn't tell you.
I like this guy, Adam Boqvist, by the way.
Boqvist. Chicago guy. Yep. Well, it's a European guy in a Chicago-based system, which means he'll probably turn into at least a top 4 defenseman at minimum. Right. That's how this works.
Yeah. I'm surprised the Blackhawks didn't go with a Russian, you know, like a Russian scorer, replace Panarin. But
remember, they picked up Panarin in the free agent market.
That's right.
He was undrafted.
He was KHL. All right. How much? 15 minutes? That's good. Oh, one thing I did see, I got a notification today that Ottawa, Melnick is interested in selling the team, or is at least listening to offers.
He's just going to squeeze as much money as he can.
Before he dies?
No, he just wants to, like, cash out. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, how much do you think?
And at this rate, it's best for, like, every party involved if he leaves.
Yeah, I think Bettman wouldn't mind. Speaking of that, Bettman going to the Hall of Fame. What the fuck? Like,
I'm kind of surprised by that one. It's the same thing as like seeing Bud Selig go into the Hall of Fame in Major League Baseball. I'm very like.
it's not like he was a great commissioner. It's like Kennesaw Mountain Landis or something, you know? Like,
he didn't do anything groundbreaking. I mean,
No.
he installed a salary cap.
and
That's his big like.
and the harshest punishment it's ever for steroids that people can easily circumvent or sideswipe and still work the risk to
I mean,
be a
I'll
steroid
take him
popper.
over Selig, but that's not saying much.
Yeah. I get it. All right, I love this one from Don't Feed Phil. Bobby Bonilla Day in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
You got something cooking for
I'm
that?
really hoping to do something on the Mets for Bobby Bonilla Day.
All right.
Such a gorgeous day. The Mets are just like a fucking tire fire
my
right now. I was
gosh.
watching the game last night. I'm like,
They
what
were
the
winning.
fuck?
I think they were winning, and then they lost.
Yeah, they were winning, and then they blew it. And
They
when
don't
I
have
saw
a
Anthony
bullpen.
Swarzak go in the game, it's like, Mets are losing.
They don't have a
they
bullpen,
lost.
dude. It's terrible.
You lost a series to the Pirates. You should feel bad. You got swept by the Orioles. You should feel bad.
Yeah, they're not even playing the toughest teams, and they're losing. Like, it's about to get worse, you know?
Oh, yeah. Because everyone's injured to oblivion, or they suck.
Well, David
Or
Wright
they're
was
injured
taking,
and they suck.
David Wright was taking batting practice the other day. That's like
He's still not going to show up and play.
that's like running into like your ex-girlfriend and you're married now. Like, you know, why? You know, it's just what are you doing out there? You're not going to be on the field ever again, David Wright. I just wish he would retire. And that's sad.
He probably wants to collect the paycheck.
He does.
He's still getting paid, right?
Yeah, but he's stealing at this point. But I guess Bobby Bonilla doesn't lose any sleep over that, right?
Bobby Bonilla made a shrewd business decision. That's not stealing. Remember that.
That's true.
The Wilpons were the one that came up to him with that proposal.
Well, they didn't have the cash to pay him out, the $8 million that they owed him or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? I mean, we'll pay you like $1 million for like 25 years down the road.
Yeah,
And they'll be like, okay.
yeah. Like it's kind of like an annuity, you know. Like, hey,
Let's say you pay interest on that.
yeah. Him and his agent were very smart about it. All right.
Well, it's something that like you don't think about. You think you're kind of slighted because you still want to play baseball, but at that point, it's like it's probably worth it. It might end up happening to Chris Davis in the near future.
I was just about to bring up Crash Davis and his ridiculous contract. Like he's got a ridiculous sort of deal, and his production is just dropping. Let's see, what a Chris.
He hit a
Davis
home run today, so
stats.
although like his average is still like 150, something like terrible.
I think he's pitched 4 major league innings in his career. So this
Could he
year,
strike out as much as he does as a hitter?
holy shit, he's batting 152 with 12 home runs or 6 home runs and 23 RBIs. That is the worst
for your
slash
prototypical
line.
power guy, that is no. It's like you can't predict that when he signs, but like if you look at like the arc of power hitters, they have a notoriously awful decline. Like
Okay.
they'll do okay, and they'll just like fall off a cliff.
All right,
Like
so,
it happened to like Mo Vaughn, it happened to like a few other guys as well. Prince Fielders had that sort of issue too, although maybe that could have been injuries as well. Trying to think who else it really happened to. Mark
Decline?
McGwire had a little bit of that.
yeah,
But like they just when the power hitter falls, they fall. Like they just wipe out.
yeah, because either the pitchers figure them out or they can't adjust. You know, they don't have a good enough swing typically. I mean, that's why they're power hitters, and they don't ever die.
Well, the issue too is like it's become a strikeout league, and secondly, Chris Davis, I think his swing probably got slower.
Yeah, and Father Time, look, 219 strikeouts in 2016. That's a strikeout. That's like 1.1 strikeouts per game. That's ridiculous.
Well, it's a 3-come outcome. Well, right now he's a 3 true outcomes hitter without 2 of them. It's like you strike out or you ground out.
All right, let's
Really
look at his contract.
About it.
So
dude, he's not even halfway into that contract.
Right. So he's G'd up. He's guaranteed for 4 more years at $17 million.
And I think he has a deferred buyout too already.
Wow. To bat, look at this.
So and they might have to add to that.
So they signed him in 2016, coming off a year where he only batted .262. Okay, he hit 47 bombs, right? I guess it made sense.
It was a bidding war, I think.
Right. And he played it right. Don't get me wrong. But the year before that, he batted .196, right? And then every year before that, he was very inconsistent. Didn't even play full seasons. And he had a breakout year in 2013, I get it, which was awesome. But, I mean, he's never really shown you that he's worth $17 million a year for 7 years. But the Orioles did it anyways. And that's
the issue that's going to happen with a few hockey teams, too. I mean, Oilers are already regretting Lucic. Islanders are already regretting Andrew Ladd.
Mm-hmm.
Poso's done pretty bad with his contract.
Oh yeah. Poso really.
Louis Eriksson, it's another really bad contract.
Yeah, what happened to Kyle Poso, man? He was I thought
that was a good signing when it happened.
Yeah.
He looks lost out there now.
Yeah, he looks lost like his eyebrows, man. Just gone. All right, let's break down this NBA draft. Okay. I know we're getting into baseball. I love baseball. Chris Davis fucking sucks. All right, people are giving some hate towards Bob Nutting in the chat.
Oh, that's obvious, man. It's too easy to fucking do, man.
Yeah. Should the Angels I like this. Here's an interesting question. Should the Angels trade Trout to a real team? No. You got to hold on to Mike Trout forever.
Equal value in return at this rate.
You'll never get anything. Someone would have to pay you a whole team, give you a whole team for Mike Trout, and he's almost worth it. He is a franchise player. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. You cannot let him go anywhere for any reason.
They're going to keep him no matter the cost.
Right.
That's the problem.
Did you just bust ass right there?
No, I did not.
I did earlier. Luckily, y'all can't smell or really hear, me, subtly. I had pizza earlier, and my stomach is churning. I might have to run out and take a dump.
It's that full-time YouTube money, man. That's what it does to you. It makes you feel very comfortable in that situation.
That's right.
I have yet to experience that comfort, but maybe it'll happen. You know what I mean? You're living the YouTube dream right now. You're sitting around, pounding and editing on video, yelling about stupid shit, and eating pizza.
That's right. High quality Pizza Hut pizza too.
Ooh, the greasy shit too.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
All right, we are going to I like what Family Guy said, who will LeBron go to? We're going to talk about that later, okay? He'll stay in Cleveland now. All right. This draft. I really like what the Suns did. They took DeAndre Ayton in the first round. I think that did not require much thought at all. Easily the best player in the draft.
It's kind of a no-brainer.
Right.
He's local college kid. They needed a big man.
Isn't that amazing, though? How the NBA, how Anthony Davis ended up with the Pelicans, right? LeBron happened to just land in Cleveland's freaking lap. And, DeAndre Ayton lands with the Suns. How does that happen? It sounds like a conspiracy theory.
Sounds fixed.
It does.
Conspiracy hats. We got to put them on.
Got to put them on, man. Got to put on my tinfoil hat. Do I have any tinfoil here? I put on my tinfoil hat. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's happened before in other sports. Hasn't the NFL had hometown heroes? That just happened. I don't know. It's happened for sure. I can't think of any examples right now of a player that was. Who's the best player from that city that played for that city? Do you have an example?
You would think maybe a Toronto hockey player, like an Eric Lindros, for his coming home party, but he didn't really do much.
Henry Richard. You know, he was from Montreal.
From Montreal.
Yeah, he was great. Nah, man, there's some hometown heroes and true-to-life hometown heroes, but were naturally drafted. Besides LeBron. LeBron is the best example of that. But, like, sports, hometown. I'm going to have to make a video on this now. Dude.
Here comes the video.
Top 15.
See, now you're getting ideas, like, pouring out of your mind. And once you go on to Ari's show, there's going to be more pouring out.
Yep. Joe Mauer's from Minnesota. Didn't know that. Jack Ham was from Pittsburgh. The Eck. Cal Ripken, yes, that's right. Cal Ripken. How did he happen to end up with the Orioles? No way. Dick Butkus, best name in sports.
Best name is Rusty Kuntz.
Yes, Rusty Kuntz. Someone posted on my YouTube channel, Teriyaki was a player that played hockey. Teriyaki. Lou Gehrig
I think it was Yake, but, like, I don't think it was Yaki.
Yeah, so they had Maurice Richard as number 2. I feel like I won the Family Feud. Right? Survey says. Yep. All right. Anyways, let's look at these other picks in the draft. So, Luka Doncic, nice pick by the Hawks. Right there at 3.
Yep. He's going to the Mavs, though.
Yes.
So it's not really theirs.
That's right.
Yep. And they got the name in Trae Young, who ESPN wouldn't shut up about, but I was never really all that impressed with.
Yeah.
When I saw him, at least.
Jaren Jackson. Mohamed Bamba.
Bamba, officially a member of the Orlando Magic, which I hope he serves his 5-year sentence well before he's free.
What did he do?
No, I mean, it was a 5-year sentence for being drafted by Orlando.
I was about to say, he didn't go to Baylor, did he?
No.
No. Okay, he played for
Texas.
Texas
Close.
Longhorns. That's right. The Baker Mayfield of college basketball. Who is that? Who's the Baker Mayfield of college basketball? Johnny Mack? Huh? Shy guy. I like this name.
I don't know if anyone was really, like, that crazy, like, outspoken. I'd probably say maybe not really Grayson Allen. He's more dirty than, like, outspoken.
Well, that's a high pick right there at 21 for Grayson Allen for the Jazz.
Yep, that's the perfect Utah pick.
Of course, not a there. You know what? No history of little white guys in Utah, none whatsoever.
Oh yeah, like a white guy in the middle of white Mormon country.
Yeah,
perfect fit.
Yeah. Let's see. Did Pete Maravich play for the Jazz? He should have.
I think he played New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans Jazz. And then he brought that tradition of whiteness out west when John Stockton and Jeff Hornacek. Who else?
Joe Ingles.
Yeah.
Gordon Hayward.
Mark Eaton.
A lot of white people, man.
A lot of white people out in Utah. Though they do kind of fit their demographic, but you know, you don't see a bunch of white people on Toronto's squad. You know, why is that? Why do they sort of reflect their... Well, they did let Gordon Hayward go. All right, so a lot of these picks, I don't... let's see, were there any people from Georgetown? No. A lot of UCLA, a lot of Duke. Marvin Bagley.
Obviously no Pitt players.
Yeah.
Because why would there?
Marvin Bagley Jr. Not related to Ed Bagley Jr. I do like the Jaren Jackson pick. He's going to be good. He went to Michigan State. Definitely a strong defender, Jaren Jackson, for the Memphis Grizz. What do the Grizz do? Like, they're another team that just kind of exists, you know?
Well, they had that, like, they just fell apart, like, bad this year.
They paid Mark Gasol all that money, too, right?
Yep.
How did Porter...
I think they paid somebody else. I think they paid, Chandler Parsons. They paid him a shitload of money.
Yeah. This doesn't look like one of those drafts, though, where some player, you know, like, this reminds me of... What was the draft that Shane Battier was in, where no one really became a star out of that? It was just kind of whack, you know?
Well, Doncic, I think, has probably the most upside, you'd say, right?
Let's look up some Luka Doncic highlights. Can he play? They were
apparently in, like, the second best league with Real Madrid.
All right. So a lot of people were saying that he does kind of play against some other Shea Whiteys in the European League, So that was, I think Charles Barkley said that he plays against inferior competition. Which is kind of, the highlights I saw, he was a little, look at this. Here. I know I'm not streaming live. Oh, he just shoots over the basket right there. Okay. That's cool. What else we got here?
See, I mean, you go behind the
steal.
basket, that's pretty boss.
Oh, that was a nice little dunk. He skied for a little bit. That doesn't matter whether you do that against the European inferior competition. That's NBA hops right there. That's not bad.
See? That's why people like Luka Doncic.
Yeah. He's a white guy that can jam. Oh, what a pass from Tony Kukoc. I mean, Luka Doncic. Was Tony Kukoc that good, do you think?
I don't think he was that good. I thought he was solid, but he wasn't anything like groundbreaking.
He won 3 rings, man. He was a nice little small forward. All right, let's watch one more of these highlights. Oh, step back 3. Wow. Well, he's got a little game, this Doncic kid. I like him. Yep. What other picks stand out to you? I like this name, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yep, he's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's going to the Clippers, and then he was traded to Charlotte, so he was there for a minute. So he was from Detroit, traded to the Clippers, traded to Charlotte. And then the Clippers took Jerome Robinson. Interesting, yeah. Grayson Allen. I get him and Gordon Hayward confused all the time, and rightfully so. I should get them both. One guy likes to trip people. One guy broke his leg in half, but they're basically the same.
Right?
Guy.
That does sound about right.
Yeah, they're the same guy. Just white guys that made the NBA.
Yeah. Maybe if LeBron goes there, maybe they could try something like that.
All right, nice segue. So that's us breaking down the draft. Oh, I did like how Gary Trent Sr.'s son, got drafted. But anyways, let's talk about LeBron, James, and Kawhi. So, where's Kawhi going to
Apparently, didn't LeBron send a bunch of texts to people?
So LeBron actually is trying to recruit KD, is what the rumor on the street is that he sent out I think he tweeted at KD like, hey, why don't we meet up? But that just seems far-fetched, right? That seems absurd, because why would KD want to leave the Warriors, a team he's won 2 championships with, to go beat the Warriors, right?
Well, Kevin Durant, I don't know if you get loyalty from that. He's left for far pettier reasons.
That's true. But it's
about how many championships you win.
What is he unhappy about, right? He has sat there and just beat LeBron.
He's probably at the point where he just wants to get money.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Golden State is going to pay him max money, so why would he leave a built-in championship to go anywhere else, right? But unless LeBron is like, yo, man, you can beat me or join me too. I know you're a cuck, so why don't you come on over to L.A.?
Well, I feel like LeBron's going to the Lakers. I feel like.
I agree.
That's just my personal. I've had that figured for a bit.
I don't think you're in the minority at all. I think the overwhelming consensus in the sports world and anybody close to the NBA is saying he's going. He's going to LA. And it's not even who is anybody giving a differing opinion on that?
As I said, I feel like LeBron's focus right now should be to expand his brand.
Yeah.
His overall appeal. And his appeal, I think he's peaked out in Cleveland.
Yeah, he's got nothing to gain from staying in Cleveland at all. And I think
would you want to sit behind some asshole owner who stabbed you in the back?
Right.
And you don't really have that good of a relationship with?
Yeah, and Cleveland just keeps shooting themselves in the foot too. Like they're like the drunk, spouse that just can't stop drinking and just keeps, they got a smoking hot wife, and every time the wife comes home, dude just gets drunk and starts beating on her, and it's like, why do you keep doing this? I want to look up a couple things here. I want to look up who do the Lakers trade to get Kawhi in there? Because I don't think LeBron goes there without bringing a couple pieces to his arsenal, right? He's going to get Paul George to come. I think that's pretty obvious, right? With a little more Jamie Foxx and less Morgan Freeman, right? What did you hear about that?
Nah, I did not hear about that.
So apparently they put together a trailer or something, like an actual pitch to Paul George, and they were notes on it where they wanted whoever was narrating it to be a little more like Jamie Foxx and less like Morgan Freeman was.
Oh, they wanted to be more personable and urban.
Yes, instead of stiff and white and kind of rapey. And
Morgan Freeman's a good narrator, man. It makes it sound more epic.
Dude, do you ever watch the March of the Penguins? You ever watch that shit? I don't know how someone made 2 hours of penguins slowly moving across the Arctic interesting, but Morgan Freeman did it. I was like, holy shit, I'm fucking gripped in...
Dude, people had to watch that shit with the Penguins in the mid-2000s with the X generation.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
The best thing to do, though, in that situation is get baked off your mind and just watch a whole bunch of penguins bah, bah. They make that weird noise. Bah, bah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Paul George is coming. Lakers are coming. Who do the Lakers trade for Kawhi? Is what I want to know. They got a bunch of scrubs, but who? I think San Antonio's yeah, talk to us, but you're gonna have to pay the piper, man. They're not just letting Kawhi walk because they'll keep him on the roster because,
Well, at this rate, you're probably gonna have to pay a bunch of future first round picks. Say about 4 or 5 years down the road, once LeBron ages.
Okay, let's look at this. Do they have the pick?
A couple pick swaps. I would say start with a brand, a few of your better players right now, like an Ingram or maybe even Lonzo, or some guys that are young enough to develop.
I think they definitely.
D'Angelo Russell was still there. That would have been perfect, but.
I think they definitely want to part ways with Lonzo. I don't think they want LeVar Ball anywhere near a championship run. I think that would be.
I don't think I'd want anyone near LeVar Ball being a championship run.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He is
he's focusing on his own brand, but at this rate, you're already bringing in established brands.
Right, if Lonzo gets a ring, you'll never hear the end of it, right? And if Lonzo plays alongside LeBron James, you could have it's a bad look for the Lakers. And Pop doesn't want to deal with LeVar Ball, but Pop, he's going to retire. Rutger Scherer, he's going to retire probably in 2 years. It's not going to be his fault or his problem,
And once again, with his thing, he has nothing left to accomplish.
Yeah. So Luol Deng is the highest paid Laker right now.
Yeah, didn't he sign up with a really bad contract?
Yeah, he's got 17, 18. He's got a Mozgov level contract. Kentavious Caldwell Pope, one of my favorite names in all of sports. And then
I can see some bad contracts being handed out this season too.
Yeah, Brooke Lopez, pretty hot swimsuit model. Brooke Lopez, you seen her? Pretty hot.
Freed from Brooklyn.
Yep. Yeah.
Isn't he a free agent this year?
Yeah, he is. Him and Robin. What is his parents thinking? They're just hey, let's name our huge, tall kids after chicks. And people are going to be going through the phone book being oh, Brooke Lopez. Yes, is this Brooke Lopez? What you want, man? Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, everybody gets surprised when Brooke Lopez is not a 5'1" hot Hispanic woman. It's a 7-footer with a weird beard going on. All right, Channing Frye is on the payroll, but Lonzo, the other thing is Lonzo is one of the only players that signed through 2020, right? So dumping him would be even better. Like it would free up more cap space. I think he's gone. I think the Lakers give up him and a couple first rounders, and
you're gonna have to add another first rounder or two if they're taking on the Deng contract.
I don't know if Deng gets shipped. Well, yeah. Why wouldn't you ship him? Because then that position is
it's the same thing that happened with like the Nets when they acquired when they got rid of Gerald Wallace. They had to tack on an extra first round pick for Boston to take that contract.
Right. That's right. I mean, the Lakers are going to get screwed, and they're probably only going to win 1 or 2 championships out of it because LeBron's probably done in 2 years, I would think.
Do you think they even win a championship? Because they still have to go through the Warriors. I mean, the Rockets will probably reload.
Okay, you got Kawhi, LeBron, Paul George. Do you think they probably get rid of Isaiah? I mean, you got 3 major players right there. If LeBron could take a bunch of scrubs, well, I guess it's different being in the West. I think they make more moves too. I think they get more than just those 3. And
they're gonna bring LeBron's gonna bring his boys with him,
right?
You know, like his James Joneses of the world.
You think D Wade comes in for another year?
You think he plays another year?
No, he's retiring. He's got to. He's too old.
He'd be a bench guy. That's the only thing.
Gosh, it's scary to think that keeping Lonzo might not be a bad idea. He seems to be the only talented Laker that they have.
Well, you need somebody to pass them the ball. You need you can't just have LeBron carry up the ball every damn time.
That's true, and that was.
You need a big man. You've got your 2, 3, and 4. So what you need is a big man. You need a point guard, and you need bench.
It's so ironic that it would be Isaiah on the roster. So all right,
Isaiah's a free agent, so they could swap him out with somebody.
Do you think Kawhi can take the ball up, or is he just not that talented off the dribble? He's just not your prototypical. See, that's the thing with the Warriors, man. They got so many guys that can take the freaking ball up. Like Durant can take it up if he wants to. That's the problem, man. And you got Steph Curry, who has handles like a true point guard. It's really unfair how good they are. Really unfair. DeMarcus Cousins, I like that, but how are they going to get him over to L.A.? Huh?
You're going to be deep over the luxury tax.
Yeah. Well, the luxury tax doesn't seem to hurt anybody, though. L.A. can... Every penny over the tax is worth it if they make a finals run, right? Every penny. Or just even be relevant, right? The Lakers are as marketable a brand as anything. They're the
Lakers are
Cowboys.
the brand.
Right. They're the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA. If they're good, they're selling jerseys because they have fair weather fucking fans. Sorry.
Are you bringing in Well, I mean, they need a new face because they haven't had one in a while.
Genie Bus. They've gone through so many. I do think though that Lonzo gets shipped if LeBron comes in because LeBron's like, I don't fucking want to deal with LeVar Ball and his stupid shit.
As I said, I wouldn't want to deal with LeVar Ball either.
Yeah, he doesn't want to see his entourage come in there and have anything to do with that shit. LeBron is not going to do it. Not going to do it. All right. Let's talk about Arkansas. So Arkansas in the College World Series, what was their record? Arkansas baseball. What happened in this game that was so terrible? 9th inning heroics. What were they up? How much? Game 2. So they came back from 3-0. Is that what happened?
Yeah, they they had a foul ball. There were 3 guys right there, and it lands right in the middle of all 3 of them.
That's like the Padres earlier this year when Eric Hosmer overran the ball and they scored. Wow. Skies a ball, left center, drops in. So they were up, and they just screwed up, huh? That's bad.
Yeah, and then the comeback came on.
When is the next? Isn't there another game though? It's 1-1, right? So there's got to be a third game. Is there not? When do they play that? Is that tonight? College World Series. Oh no. Yeah, when does this? When is the next game? College World Series.
I want to say tomorrow.
Let's see. Live updates. I can't believe Oregon State made. You know the thing I love about college baseball. So game 3 is tomorrow at 3:30 Pacific. So 7:30. That's basically the rubber game, man. That's it. I think what I love about baseball is some odd freaking team can win it all, right? Who was that team that upset everybody a couple years ago? Came out
Coastal Carolina. Good old Coastal Carolina.
Right. Fresno State, I think, won it like in the most improbable win, too. Or they at least got to the final. College World Series. UVA won a College World Series. They kind of came out of nowhere. There's like no consistent powerhouse. Yeah. Vanderbilt, Dansby Swanson, stud. South Carolina went back to back. Didn't know that. Yeah,
Jackie
Fresno
Bradley
State.
Jr.
Fresno State in 2008. See, I got that one. Oh, wow. Oregon State's won it twice before. Wow, they're going for their third in recent memory. So they kind of are a power. Cal State Fullerton's always been good. Thing I love about College World Series is that how the pitcher will pitch one game and then, also be the star hitter as well. Like it definitely is everyone's Shohei Ohtani in college, right?
Less load on the arms.
That's right. But the coaches, it's not like minor league baseball. I mean, there's still odd shit that goes down in college baseball. Like, hey, you can hit, right? So get out there and hit. We don't have a signed replacement for you. There's no DH.
Right.
All right. So we got college baseball out of the way. Arkansas blowing it. So the final is tomorrow. We got LeBron leaving for LA. We both agree on it because where else would he go, right? Where would LeBron go? The Knicks?
What are the other options? Like, I doubt Boston has the cap space to do it. Huey.
I think
like Cleveland. I don't know if he wants to deal with like the whole ownership fiasco.
He cannot stay in Cleveland. What is he? Who are you going to convince to come to Cleveland? Kawhi? They don't have any picks either to trade for him. Paul George is like, fuck. Yeah. I just spent how many years in a flyover state for.
The only thing would be like throw everything for Kemba Walker, and then at that rate you're going to be like, you're trading what? Sexton, maybe Osman, Kevin Love.
Kevin Love's done. I mean, at least in Cleveland too. I think Cleveland wins maybe 4 games next year.
4 games.
It'll be a battle. How about this? Who wins more games next year if LeBron leaves? The Browns or the Cavaliers?
I'm still saying Cavs. Because I think they win like 20.
20 games? No. You take LeBron and Kevin Love off of that team, and you're left with Larry Nance. You're left
Jordan Clarkson.
Yes. J.R. Smith leading the team. Like
I thought we were ahead. And that's why he doesn't play. Because he thinks they're resting up for the playoffs.
J.R. Smith leading the lead. Could you imagine? Well, I guess the Knicks kind of did that. But could you imagine J.R. Smith being the best player or the captain of a team? Like, All right, guys.
I can kind of see it.
All right, guys. Let's huddle up. We're going to run towards the wrong basket. Run around.
Okay, no. Here's what they're gonna do. Be like, okay, guys, we're gonna huddle up. I'm gonna smoke this joint, and then he just says nothing.
Right. And the announcer's like Jeff Van Gundy's like, it looks like they had a nice little session over there talking about whatever play that they're gonna run. J.R. Smith looks nice and stoned for this next play.
And there's George Hill collecting his $20 million and doing nothing.
Could you imagine them huddling like this, locking arms, and then there's JR with just a little blunt, like, oh, thanks, guys, and then they come up and there's just this huge cloud of smoke, and then they go out and lose like 86-0, like, each Gatorade bottle is filled with Henny, like.
Well, at that rate, you probably should just have the bottles filled with Henny.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, just get all up in there and just get nice on the bench and have J.R.
Nice
Smith
toasty. And then once you leave, you can celebrate with a nice bottle of Remy Martin.
That's right. I could see J.R. Smith wearing like big T-shirts and trying to do all that and one shit in the NBA, like trying to stuff the ball in his shirt and just being like, "Yo, this ain't and one." Trying to dribble off people's heads and stuff. Like, he's legitimately lost his fucking mind.
Sounds about right.
Cavs Browns by winning percentage. I could see that 24. That's too even, man. That's like a bet. That's like a prop bet. I think that you could find because both of them are going to be around 20% next year. Though, what's 6 and 10?
But don't you hear like Cleveland's supposed to be making like this huge jump in wins? Just like everyone's saying, right?
Hold on, though.
All the hot topic pundits. That's what they're saying.
What winning percentage is 6 divided by 16? Hold on. 6 divided by 6. That's a 0.375. I think if you go by winning percentage, the Browns will do better than the Cavs. For sure. But I think if they go 16-0, like Johnny Mac's saying, that the Browns will win more games than the Cavs. 16-0 is easy in the NFL, for sure. All right, let me grab this link here. If you guys want to hear more of me, I'm going to be doing a show with Ari here at 9:30. So I'm going to link that channel, which nobody subscribes to. All right, hold on. TJ's on there too. Dude, I'll talk to them. You want a show, man? You want to do a show with Phantom? Yeah, so if you guys want to check me out at 9:30, I'm going to be doing a show called The Hot Take Machine. That's what we're calling it.
Sounds like a hot take.
We're going to call it Two Salty Jews, but I'm not actually Jewish. And
I thought you were half Jewish.
Yes, but how can you be half a religion? That's like saying I'm half Catholic. Like, I guess I'm culturally... Judaism, I guess, is the only religion that is kind of cultural, It's kind of like, Irish Catholic, maybe. But check me out at 9:30 over there with Ari. And you got anything you want to pump out over there? Oh, we got to talk about soccer, man. We didn't even talk about soccer.
Oh, that football. We got to talk about Germany.
Yeah, we got to talk about Germany mailing it in.
It's like going back to 1940s with that shit.
Yeah.
Walking into Russia.
That's right.
And getting just like in this scorched earth.
Yeah.
You got to talk about that.
Right. I did not hear any jokes about Germany. The last time they've gotten defeated that bad was in Stalingrad, right? Is that the joke? Something about...
I say that was the demolition of the Fourth Reich. Maybe the Fifth Reich, if you count the EU as the Fourth Reich.
That's right. I have no awareness of history at all. I had no idea that the Germans started 2 world wars and tried to kill all the Jews. Never seen it. So, I don't know what these jokes are. They're not funny. They're not impressive. Yeah, the fact that Germany was out is usually most teams blow their wad on winning a World Cup, and I don't know. I mean, you want to. It's every 4 years. You want to win every 4 years. So
it might be one of those things, like a hangover of sorts. Like you don't have that hunger that you had, Could be one of those situations.
It's possible.
You mostly have the same team.
Yeah, Oatsill. Yeah, but 4 years is a lot of time. Think about where you were 4 years ago. You know, you probably
Roughly the same place I am now.
But weight-wise, you know, might have been a little skinnier. Maybe?
Well, I mean, like, it was more like just work-wise, it's just major differences, this shit.
I love it when I try to bring up an analogy and you're just like, yeah, I have not changed in the last 4 years.
I'm Peter Pan, bitch. I ain't grown up.
That's right. That's right. Still live.
Right? 4 years later, I'm going to be doing the same shit. The only thing I'll visit will be in Qatar.
That's right. You might have some SeatGeek dollars, you know, in 4 years.
Yep. I need somebody flying me to Qatar. I'll sweat my ass off out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who's going to win this World Cup?
I think it's a crapshoot right now.
Uruguay. You're gay. Uruguay. You're gay. What?
Mm-hmm. These are all like one game eliminations, I think, right?
It's amazing how much magnitude they put on soccer. Like, it's almost the same as if they did a football tournament every 4 years and they tried to act like every single play meant it was the most important play in the history of football, you know? That's how monumental these games are and how huge they are. But these players just get shit for losing, and I'm just like, man, these are other good teams, you know? Like, it's soccer. It's not as... The best team does not always win in soccer. It doesn't happen that way. I don't feel.
Well, if you look at Germany, they outpossessed like a lot of their opponents. They outpossessed Mexico. They outpossessed Korea. Mm-hmm. They could never execute.
Well, they did kind of shit the bed in the box. And I tell you one thing that I saw that I noticed with Brazil is they play that hero ball soccer where they try to dribble all fancy around people. And that works against inferior teams. But a skilled team like Uruguay or, what does the bracket look like? Brazil's going to have trouble getting to the final again, but they might.
As long as, we get another 7-1, I'll be cool.
It was 7-0, I think. That was the greatest sort of game ever, was when the Germans just continued.
It's like looking at their funeral.
That's like...
And then you realize that you spent billions of dollars bankrupting your country and letting FIFA walk all over you just so you could see your country get decimated.
Right. The tears started flowing after they were down 2-0. Like, it was clear that
and then like that kid's crying after 4-0. It's like,
and
then, kid, you're in for a lot more hurt than this.
Right. And then it was 5-0 and you're like,
kid.
Right. It was 7-1. That's right. They scored one goal and
like the end.
Yeah. Towards the end when Germany was like, yeah, we don't care. We really don't care. We're going on. But then it's 6-1 and then the 7th one. That, I guess, could you say that the equivalent of that game was like a team blowing another team out, maybe 96-0 or 96-7? You know,
I'd say like 63-7.
You think it was that bad? 7 goals. Yeah. That's absurd. That usually most soccer games end 1-0, and that one goal was worth 80 points. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So Brazil has Mexico. I think Mexico could shock the world there. I think they have it. I'm not going to pick them, but I think they have a chance to win. Uruguay definitely going to get past Portugal. France looks very good. Argentina's limping in. That's a potential like 4-0 game right there. France versus Argentina, where they just kill them. Belgium is really good. I think Belgium could beat Brazil on a neutral field for sure. Russia.
If that happens, I'll probably laugh because Brazil's gotten pretty arrogant.
Yeah. I think Belgium has a really good shot at going not just some of the way, but all the way. They look really good. They're a nation of only 3.3 million people, too. It's crazy.
Iceland, man.
Iceland.
They made it.
Uh-huh.
I don't think they made it advanced, but
The Croatians look very good against Denmark. You know how you name someone from Croatian? You just take a regular name and just add "ik" at the end of it. UrinatingTree, and you're good. You're Croatian now.
Trijek. 5 points Vidzik.
5 points Vidzik. All right, so this is a really weak lower bracket. Like, England has a clear path to the semifinals.
They'll find a way to blow it.
Yeah,
England has not looked that
fucking
impressive.
Lose to Colombia. You know, they have a false sense of security. They got a weak draw, and now they have a weak bracket.
They got lucked out because Germany isn't in the bracket anymore.
That's true.
As it technically should have been Mexico or Mexico in the second part of the bracket.
Boy, Russia did kind of set it up so that they have a really nice path to the finals too. I think.
Well, they got to get past Spain.
Well, I think Spain wakes up that morning with a little food poisoning. Is what I think happens. You know, Putin don't like his team losing. They might do some dirties. You never put it past Russia. They rigged our election. They can rig a World Cup.
So they say.
So they say. That's right. There won't be an investigation into it either because bodies will turn up all over Russia. That's right.
Bodies will turn up over Russia. It's the same thing when you talk about the Clintons.
Actually, bodies show up over Russia every day. Like, they just dump them on the side. Like, they just leave them out there on the curb like trash. Like,
pretty much all you have to do is say you're a journalist and you're going to end up dead in Russia.
Right. You're a journalist and, you're going to, if you Google Vladimir Putin, you're dead.
Suicide via 3 shots to the back of the head.
That's right. That's the most common form of suicide in Russia, is just waking up with 3 bullets in the back of your head. Common medical condition.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. All right. You got anything to say? You want to sign off, fucker?
That works for me, motherfucker. You got to get ready for your big old show.
Man, quit trying to make it seem like it's so big. It's like there's going to be...
Probably is. I don't know.
Probably most of the audience here, maybe 1% of the audience here will go over and watch it. Like, they haven't gotten all the traction yet that they should. Now, if it was like ESPN or something, they did
Could you imagine yourself on ESPN? Just saying.
Doing what?
Throwing dad jokes around like it's fire.
You know what's funny to me is the smack off. Like, do you listen to Jim Rome at all? Like,
nah.
You don't get him in Pittsburgh?
Not really, no.
If any of y'all know about the smack off, it's basically a competition where people just talk shit. And I'm like thinking, like, how good would Tree and I be on that? We'd probably bomb, like, horribly. We'd probably have some really good script, written out and just start fucking up right away.
I feel like I'd just go deep and just, like, really just cruel shit.
like some 4chan, what's that, B type blast? Like, that's what you would do? Like,
probably. I'd probably say something like...
something really uncalled for.
Yeah, like...
nothing.
Like, there was a horrible mistake at the plant. They birthed you.
Oh, that's major smack talk. We should have a smack off between us. Like, I could just be like, yeah, your voice sucks on your videos. You have a really annoying voice.
Oh, dude, that's too easy, man.
Yeah.
It's way too easy.
You're basically a spin-off.
If your beard grows any higher, you can put a top hat on yourself and call yourself Amish.
You're just a rip-off of Deadspin. And then you would counter and say, you're just a rip-off of me. This is how you...
It's just... You want to skin me alive like Buffalo Bill. I know what this is.
Hey, it puts the lotion in the basket. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Have you ever seen the...
Goodbye, horses.
All right. Let's sign off. Thanks, guys, for joining. I'll be on with Ari Temkin and the Hot Take Machine. I put the link in the chat one more time. Let me do that one more time. And you guys enjoy, man. Tree, we'll do this probably next week. You'll have a regular schedule.
I think they have me work Tuesday, but I'll probably be good for maybe Wednesday.
Well, it doesn't matter. I make full-time YouTube dollars. Like,
yeah, well, I don't. I still work some shit job.
Yeah, I'm
just saying, man.
I'm kind of in my butthole, by the way. Gonna be living off savings for the first like 3 months. But anyways, you know, nothing scary at all. Yeah. You guys notice I've been putting out more content, so. You know. But all right, I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to the end of this fucking stream. Later.